All right, welcome to Take the Nerd Out show. I am Shimmer. This is
John Marco,
and he talks more
anime,
and I talk more comics and movies. Well, we both talk movies.
Yeah.
But this is our episode 5. 5 episodes in. We still haven't fully launched, but hopefully by the time this comes out, we are officially launched. We've been dropping a bunch of clips. They've been doing well. You guys hate us in the comments. You guys also love us in the comments. We also have a Patreon, so if you guys want to subscribe to the Patreon, we have bonus episodes where we do Pokemon Smasher Pass last week.
Yes.
This week we'll do Digimon Smasher. No, I'm kidding.
I'm passing on all of them because
Yeah,
Digimon have ugly ass designs.
What? They're so sick.
Yeah.
Angelomon, oh my god, she's so hot.
I hated Digimon since like 95 or whenever that shit came out. Pokemon to the core, man.
This is our last episode. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we love you guys, tuning in each episode and tuning into the clips. But we talk everything anime and comic, nerd related.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get into it. What are you nerding about this week, John?
What am I nerding about this week? Well, let me think because
because we're recording 2 episodes in one day because I will be in Bali.
Yeah. Okay. What am I nerding about this week? I mean,
Anime Expo.
I'm
went
nerding
to
about Anime Expo
because you went, right?
I did go to
You
Anime
did
Expo,
go to
man. It
Anime
was
Expo.
great, man. Oda made an appearance.
Dude, that's crazy.
He shook my hand.
He told you the One Piece?
He told me the One Piece.
Dude,
so
like,
I'm
in
like
your ear.
really still like in my head in that moment. So
Yeah,
I'm nerding about that. I'm nerding about meeting Oda. I'm nerding about DreamCon is in a few days because
Oh,
now
yeah.
Anime Expo just finished, so now I'm going to DreamCon after
Are you
that.
actually going to DreamCon?
Yeah. Are
Okay,
you not?
No, I'm going to be in Bali.
Oh,
bro.
you're gonna be in
Yeah.
Bali.
I mean, I am in Bali right now.
Yeah, you're in Bali
Yeah.
as we
As we
speak.
speak.
Yeah, this is gonna be my first DreamCon, so I'm actually nerding out about that a lot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What am I nerding about this week? Well, the hot weather.
Yeah.
The beaches where I am right now,
Uh-huh.
my friend's getting married, so.
And they're getting married in Bali. You
they're
said.
getting married in
Can
Bali.
I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Where is Bali?
Indonesia.
In Indonesia.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So how long of a flight is that?
It's going to be like 12, 13 hours.
Oh, it's not that bad.
And then I think after that, it's like another 3-4 hours. So I'm stopping in Singapore.
Oh, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I thought you said 34. I'm just
No,
like,
no,
wait,
no.
what?
But yeah, I'm stopping in Singapore. Because I racked up enough credit card points, I'm going on my first ever business or first class flight.
Oh, snap. You're
Yeah.
doing first class. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how many points did you have to rack up?
I think 180,000.
Really? You were able to get that for 180,000 points?
Yeah, first class. So I converted, right? Because I like to, I rack up a lot of points and I do like credit card churning, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nerd about credit cards.
No, me too. We got to talk about that.
So yeah, I like never spend my points, and
Mhm.
then I was like, I don't want to spend on this flight, but I have to go on this trip because it's my boy's wedding. So
Show for the homies.
yeah, so me and my boy were like, yo, what if we just like used our credit card points to get like first class tickets, and let's see if it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So 180,000 credit card points, and that's probably what $1,800,
Mhm.
right? Equivalent.
Damn near.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, let me see how much like cash value the first class flight is. It was $7,000.
Sheesh.
So I
Who
basically-
has that?
So I basically got a $7,000 flight for $1,800.
Mm-hmm.
$1,800.
Crazy.
And-
Because sometimes the points will really work for you.
Yeah.
Like
And
other
I-
times you have problems with them, but in this case, this is the best case scenario.
Yeah, and I didn't realize because I'm like, oh, it's like a 1-to-1 ratio usually. But then when I checked those flights, I'm like, dang, I really got like $5,000 off. Like, so I was like, I
Crazy.
have to take it.
Especially for a 13-hour flight, because it's not there's longer flights, but it's up there for sure in terms of long flights. So you get the full recline, you get the privacy, you could jerk off like Designer.
And we'll test that out. No, I'm kidding.
Did you see when Designer got arrested for jerking off on a plane?
No.
You know Designer, Panda?
Yeah, I know Designer. Yeah. But he got caught.
He got arrested for jerking off in his first class seat because he thought nobody could hear him. I don't know.
Or what's the sound he makes?
Panda.
What's the sound he makes?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Those are very different topics we are nerding out about. A few
Sick.
topics we're going to talk about. We got a trailer that we want to talk about. I finally
Mhm.
saw Disclosure Day.
Yes, we definitely got to talk about
so
that.
we got to talk about that. GTA and video games in general. And then maybe a short episode, maybe a slightly short episode, but
A little bit, but we'll give the people what they want.
yeah, we'll give you what you want. And yeah, let us know if you guys are liking these episodes. I actually watched like our first 3 episodes, and I
sick.
genuinely like enjoyed it.
Oh, that's
I don't know if
awesome.
it's bias, but I'm just like, oh, these are very insightful conversations. Or I'm listening back and I'm like, dang, we got some bangers.
Dude,
So-
I'm just like self-conscious where I'm like, because I'm subscribed to our podcast on Apple Podcasts because that's how I mostly listen to podcasts. So sometimes when I finish one podcast, it'll start playing ours, and I'm like, skip. I don't want to hear myself, man. I don't want to hear myself.
Wait,
right
why are you
now.
self-conscious? Is it your voice or your opinions?
I think it's more just my voice. I've never liked my voice.
Really?
I've never liked it. I don't know why, man. Like, I think I have a fine voice, but something about hearing it back, it's just like, ugh.
Dang. Okay.
Brother,
Even as like an
ugh.
artist, like a previous artist.
As an artist, even then, I struggled with that,
Yeah.
but I did a lot to figure out my voice as an artist. Like, if you hear my music, everyone always says you don't sound anything like how you talk.
Okay.
So, like, I've changed my voice significantly when I make music.
Yeah. Maybe in the Patreon we'll listen to our own music.
Dude, that would be
in the
sick,
future.
honestly. That would be real sick. Just drop an album real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, any topics you want to bring up?
I mean, let's talk about this. Let's talk about GTA, man. I know you must be excited for GTA.
Yeah, I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition or whatever.
Oh, you already pre-ordered it.
Dude, I'm locked in, bro.
Sick.
I know
Okay.
it's gonna be great. Rockstar does amazing on every game.
Okay.
There's no hesitation on waiting. Like, what's the point of not pre-ordering?
Yeah.
You know? Like, is it gonna be bad? No.
No.
It's not gonna be bad, bro. And we waited this long, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna pre-order it. And like me and my brother, we kind of shared, like we game share.
Oh,
So
sick.
I was kind of like, yo, like you're gonna get it too, bro. So
You're gonna play it on PS5 or or
I
Xbox?
got it on Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So just for context, GTA had a huge announcement, or they had a huge like press release the other day where they announced the date and the price of the game. So the standard edition goes for $79.99. The ultimate edition goes for $99.99 and includes exclusive collection of premium items and bonuses threaded throughout the story. And the launch date is November 19th, 2026, so Q4. All right, did you expect them to actually announce the date for this year? Or did you expect pushbacks?
I didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
GTA, I'm like, yo, do your thing, Rockstar. Like,
Yeah.
we trust you. If you have to delay it, like, would I be slightly salty? Sure. But I'm like, I trust you guys. Do whatever
Mhm.
you guys need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm locked in.
Are you mad about the price? Because
No.
I don't think it's like the most expensive video game ever. Sometimes you see like the Madden full definitive edition for like $120, like, which I don't know who buys that stuff.
Definitive edition. You get the helmet signed by Tom Brady or something.
Dude, like 2K, Madden, like these games have so many bundles that like ultimately make these games like $120 for people. But a lot of people seem to be very upset about the $99 price for this game.
Wait, people are actually upset?
People are mad, yeah.
Why? Okay, first of all, I think GTA is one of those franchises where I would even pay more if like the price was there. It's
What-
just so good and they spend so much time in it,
Yeah.
you know?
What's the max you would pay for a GTA game?
probably like 140.
140.
140. Yeah.
Wow. And why is it that why do you have so much faith in Rockstar as like a game developing company?
They put so much time and effort into this game. Like
Mhm.
our homie over there, we were talking about like, oh, is there any other game that they made in between? I think Red Dead, and this GTA. And I thought they had like other mini studios that were making different games,
Mm-hmm.
but they were just locked in on this game.
Just locked in.
So they're locked in on this game. They've had so many successes with the previous games, and this game is just so good and fun. And although like GTA 5, I haven't played in like maybe 2 years or 3 years, but they're
Mhm.
just constantly updating it. So you know that they're always going to put time and care into this game.
Yeah, they're
especially
still
this new one.
supporting it. Yeah.
They're still supporting it. So I like to support someone that puts a lot of effort in the story, into the
Mhm.
design, the game mechanics. And so I already know this game is going to be so good. And yeah, like I think you need to support a studio like
Mhm.
that and just be part of the conversation. Like, you know, this, I think it's the highest $1 billion grossing game,
Yeah.
even in pre-orders. And I like to be part of that history.
Yeah, no, 100%. I totally agree. Like, it's tough because, like, life is expensive. And it's crazy to hear, like, $99 for a video game. But I've spent more on shoes.
Mm.
I've spent more on jackets. I spent more on dinners.
Mm.
And those only give you so much use.
Yeah.
GTA 6 will probably be for the active like fan base, it's going to be an experience that lasts them like years.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I don't know how GTA is with the microtransactions. I'm assuming if you get this $99 version that you'll pretty much get the full package with like minor things like in the future, like DLC and things like that. But I just agree, or I also agree with just supporting studios. Like I wholeheartedly believe that. Especially the ones that like do it right.
Yeah.
You know, like it'd be awesome if everybody was like the Hollow Knight studio or the Hades that does, or the studio that does Hades, where you can get these amazing games for like $20. But GTA is different. You can tell, and I've never even like played like a GTA game like in full. My only experience with GTA is going to a friend's house, trying to get the helicopters on me and try to get 5 stars, like just doing as much heinous stuff as I can, and maybe stopping by to see a prostitute, just to see, just for the vibes.
Yeah.
But you can clearly see the love and care that Rockstar has for this franchise and respect that they have for the fan base. I think Nintendo operates the same way. I think they delay games all the time because they're like, we're not dropping a game that's not ready.
Yeah.
We'd rather it be perfect and like have what we want. Sometimes, they falter on certain things, but
They're a little cash grabby sometimes.
with certain games.
Yeah.
But Mario and Zelda, you can always expect top tier quality. I've never played a bad Mario game.
Yeah.
I've never played a bad Mario game. I know I spoke about the N64 not aging well, but for the most part, I think all Mario games have such quality and polish to them. And the last Zelda game, the last Legend of Zelda game, other than the Zelda spin-off, was Tears of the Kingdom. And that was a $70 game, which at the time people were like, oh, like video games are getting too expensive. But, dude, the way they built out Hyrule, like they had a whole underworld, they had an overworld, like it was huge.
That's a massive game that takes like 40 plus hours to beat. And
Yeah.
I think time to beat is also an element that you should put pricing into the games.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a story mode game that you can beat in 12 hours,
Yeah.
I don't know if you should price that at 70 or
Mhm.
90. But I think, like Legend of Zelda might be one of those where I'm like, okay, like this is valid. But I don't know if you could put like Smash at like $90 or $70, even though you might have a lot of hours in it. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would want to pay. Or Mario Kart.
I would pay $90 for Smash just because it's just like, yeah, it might not on the surface feel like there's a lot into it, but the game is timeless for a reason. Every character has its own set of moves. Every character has there's no like just let's slap a skin and it's essentially the same thing like Fortnite. They're all the same, but maybe some might have like certain abilities, but for the most part it's just skins. But every character, you could tell that they put a lot of effort into it. And yeah, I think the replayability does factor a role into it because the online servers, they have to support those, and you want it to like run smoothly. So if you have to pay a little bit to make sure that the game is supported like with the connectivity aspect, then I don't mind. And GTA, Smash. My disappointment, Mario Kart World was an $80 game. That was, I think, Nintendo's most expensive game ever. And they haven't really done anything to support it, since they dropped it. It's been about a year since it dropped, and they haven't dropped any new maps.
Wow.
And like the lobbies aren't even that great. Sometimes there are drops. Maybe that's me because I'm not playing with an Ethernet cable. But they really need to go back and like support Mario Kart. What they ended up doing with Mario Kart 8, like 6 years after it dropped, they dropped maybe like 40 new maps.
Yeah,
But
all the old ones, right?
all the old ones.
Yeah.
So they weren't like new, but they were optimized.
Yeah.
But they waited like 6 years before that game got any
Mm.
addition. So I hope that's not the same case. But yeah, man, I think video games are gonna be more expensive, and I personally don't have a problem with it as long as they're good.
I have a problem with most games being that expensive.
Yeah.
And I think that freemium model is kind of the way to go. And
You
if
said freemium?
Yeah.
Is that like Fortnite?
Yeah, essentially like it's free to play, especially online games. Maybe story mode, it should be like half price
Yeah.
depending on how long it is, like I said earlier. But yeah, free online games.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to pay more, battle pass, skins, all that stuff. I like that model because it's easy access to play. And if
Mhm.
you want to hit up a friend, just download it. It's free. Like go through. I think Game Pass is a good medium. Like if you have like a subscription like that where you can play story mode or whatever, You can put any game in there. I don't know if I'm going to be buying single player games or multiplayer games for above 60. I think Nintendo just has that exclusivity where they could charge that much, but I think
it's the only place you can get it.
Yeah, all these other games and maybe the next Wolverine game I might buy in full price, but
that one's gonna be like 80, I think.
And that's crazy because that's not gonna be that long of a game. I don't think. I think you can
probably
beat
30 hours.
Yeah, and that's like on the high end, I think. So
I think video games will average out about $80.
Dude,
like,
and I don't think they should be, but these studios are costing more, so
it's tough. I really don't know like where it lies and just like what is the value of a game. It's really tough to say, but at least for the franchises that I want, like I'll pay that. But I wanted to ask, like, this has happened to me a few times with the new Switch 2 library, but what was the last video game you felt burned by? Like you wasted your money and you wish you didn't?
Ooh, that's a deep question.
You can go ahead, but I have an answer if you want to think. But you can go ahead first if you
I still have to think, but it's definitely one of those types of games where your friend's like, yo, hop on, like, get this game, like, we're going to play. And then you buy it, you play it once, and then you just never play again. But I'm trying to think. You can go first.
So the last one for me, and, like, this has happened a few times on the Switch, too. Like, I love the Switch. Just the Switch family of consoles. But for me, Metroid Prime 4. Prime 4. So that was basically, the first time that they dropped it. There's a lot of lore that comes with the Metroid Prime 4 specifically. They basically at E3, like maybe like 2018 or something, they released like at the end of a Nintendo presentation, they just released the logo, Metroid Prime 4. And then you didn't hear about this game again for like 3 or 4 years. And like pretty much everybody's like, what happened to Metroid Prime 4? They said that it was coming out, they teased it, it never ended up happening. Then at some point you hear in the news that they actually scrapped the game. They actually scrapped the game. So then we're like, okay, this game's never coming out. Then a few years after that, they're like, okay, we're actually going to do it again. And we got a whole new studio.
What the heck?
So they finally drop it. I hear so many great things about the Metroid Prime trilogy. So I'm like, okay, great. Like, I like to experience like new and modern games. Like, I didn't want to necessarily go back to the old ones.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is going to be my introduction to the Metroid Prime series. I loved Metroid Prime Dread. So that one's more closer to the Super Metroid series where it's 2D. But the Metroid Prime is the 3D one. And I bought it. It was like $60. And that shit was a whole, like, 12-pack of ass, bro.
Really?
It was such a bad game. Like, there were certain elements of it that were good, but there were two things mainly that, like, really just, like, grinded my gears. They added this one feature that, like, when you enter a room, you have to, like, scan every single thing. Because it's not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person adventure game, technically.
Yeah.
Even though you have a gun the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, you have to, like, scan, like, what is this light? And then it'll tell you, like, this has 120 watts. And you have to, like, do that every time you enter a room, which I thought was super annoying. Then they have this desert with, like, the 4 main areas. And you have to, like, go to this desert constantly. And it was just nothing but sand with nothing to do in it. And it really, like, took you out of the experience. And I dropped it.
Dang.
I dropped it. I spent the $60 and I only played about maybe an hour or two. I'm just like, it's just, at a certain time in my life, I'm like, okay, if I spent the money, I'm going to play the game.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I actually don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm actually more annoyed if I finish the game.
Your time is more valuable, especially when you get older.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, okay, even the money I spent, I'm not going to make use of it.
And where did I go? Hades. And that game was $20.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I'm enjoying this way more than this $60 experience. And it wasn't Nintendo who made it. It was like a different studio. It might have been Rare, but I'm not sure. Which I think they also do Donkey Kong. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, I did not enjoy that experience, and it's given me buyer's remorse. But now I'm a lot more selective with like games that I buy.
Yeah, remember there was a time like maybe when you're 12, 13, 14, where you just looked at a cover and you used to buy a game based on that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
GameCube games, PS2 games, all this stuff. It's crazy. We can't do that anymore. We have to be like looking at reviews or be very selective.
I also was satisfied with less at the time.
Exactly.
As a
You're
kid.
like, oh, this is cool, awesome.
Yeah.
The graphics are cool, and
exactly.
Oh, the manual is awesome. But to answer your question, I think for me, it's a lot different because now I either play games that are free or on Game Pass because I have Game Pass. So like I just download it. Rarely do I buy a game and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this, and then like I have to beat it and stuff like that. Now I kind of just don't do that unless I really know the game's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But the last game,
And where do you usually go to get those opinions? Do you go to IGN? Any creators?
yeah, I think mix of all of it, or usually it's friends telling me like,
Mm.
yo, you need to get this game or hop on.
What
like,
if your
you
friends have shitty taste?
I know them now long enough. Like if they like a certain type of game, I'm like, okay, they're just forcing me to get this game.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get it. But they have good taste in certain categories. But the last game I can think of that I was kind of disappointed in was Destiny 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was a huge Destiny 1 fan. And then
Mm.
once Destiny 2 came out, it just made it super accessible and
Mhm.
super easy. And I was like, wait, doesn't give that feeling of Destiny 1 where you had to actually like grind for things or things were difficult and whatnot.
Mhm.
And recently, one of like I met a homie, and he was like, "Dude, Destiny 2 is like at its prime, like because it's about to end. Like they're not gonna do any more updates." And he's like, "Dude, like the new final definitive ultimate edition is like only $25. You should get it." So I like search online. I'm like, do I want to get it? And then it went back up to $70. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna pay for like all the DLC for $70 for a game that I didn't like in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now that it's good, I don't know. So
Yeah. Was there a game that like you knew was trash but you finished anyways?
ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if I finish like trash games. Like I usually just like quit.
There's only one franchise that like, well, I'll do this every time because just like One Piece, they have a chokehold on me. They've had a chokehold on me since 1995, which was the year I was born. Pokemon. Any Pokemon game.
Even if it's trash?
Even if it's trash.
Do they have trash games?
Oh, they have a lot of trash games.
Really?
And I've finished all of them.
Wait.
Except for the ones that I haven't played at all. But
What are some of
Scarlet
the-
and Violet, not necessarily a great game. Sword and Shield, Scarlet, I'll say also Scarlet and Violet was notoriously known for like super bug issues. Like, so like you'll have certain parts where you're like walking through something and then like the floor like disappears. Like it was like a broken game when it came out. And then the new one, Legend ZA, it was not a good game.
Really? Wait, what's trash about these Pokemon games? Because the mechanics are ultimately the same, right?
I think there's been a bunch of stuff. Number one, the fact that it wasn't like working properly. It was
Yeah.
like literally a broken game that they released. The biggest IP in the world,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the most profitable IP in the world, is releasing games that are broken. The story started to feel redundant. You know, it's just like they're still doing. You know, you get your 8 badges, and like that's cool. They introduced one where you could actually do the badges in whatever order that you want. I think that was with Scarlet and Violet. And I think it was more, they've been trying to get into open world, but like, I think the problem is Game Freak has really struggled from the switch from 2D to 3D. And that's like where you see a lot of the decline, after everything basically from the 3DS. So all the games that I listed were Switch games specifically. But yeah, it's the same team. Their whole time making a name for themselves, they did the top-down 2D art style, and I think they've kind of struggled. I think
Yeah.
the Switch 2 finally gives them leeway with hardware that like kind of helps fully support their vision. So I'm hoping people are really excited for Wind and Waves.
Yeah.
It looks really good. It looks
Really?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Wait,
The water.
What looks good about it?
The water looks amazing,
Okay.
like, which sounds stupid, but like I think water means a lot in video games. Just the textures, the way that the world like feels like really like lived in. So I think like you could like fly in certain parts, which you've been able to do in past Pokemon games. But you can also like go underwater and like catch Pokemon underwater. Not like in the past games, but like
Yeah.
where you actually see the Pokemon like swimming. So
Oh,
I'm just like,
nice.
oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And just the textures, like the textures look really good. Like one thing people have talked about is like the trees in Pokemon game
Yeah.
looking like just like cardboard cutouts, and like the buildings like being flat PNGs without any like 3D textures. Like the windows will just be like it'll just be like a flat thing. It's not like a real thing.
Mhm.
And then you can't even like go inside the buildings.
Yeah.
Part of the reason is because Pokemon, their biggest moneymaker is the cards
Yeah.
and the merchandise, so they have to be on a constant like yearly or 2-year schedule.
Oh,
So they're
gotcha.
releasing these games before they're ready.
Mm.
So that's another reason why people are happy about Winds and Waves. They're actually taking like 3 years to make this game.
Wow.
This is the first time that they skipped the cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely seems to be some sort of like excited resurgence
Mhm.
with this one, because the last one I didn't hear much about, just popularity wise, and I got into TCG, Pokemon TCG, like
Yeah.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And
How's that been?
I also quit.
Oh, you quit.
Yeah,
Happens.
yeah. So I'm into collecting, but I was collecting the cards. I would buy like packs, open them with friends, do some streams where I open the packs. Yeah, like in terms of investment, it's great. It's awesome. Like I bought the Pokemon Pikachu Van Gogh last year
Oh,
on
sick.
a whim. I bought it for $420.
Let's see what it goes
PSA
for now.
9. You want to see what it goes for, or you want me to tell
I'm
you?
gonna go, or unless you already know.
I do, but it might have changed. So search PSA 9 Pikachu Van Gogh.
So it's saying this is an eBay listing. There's one for $1,300, has a PSA 9, but I'm seeing a $5,000 one. Maybe this one's a 10. Yeah, this one's a PSA 10. The 10 goes for $5,000, and the 9 goes for like 1,300.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
And I bought it for 420.
Crazy.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
just in like less than a year, it's already, increased that much. I've bought ETBs and stuff like that. The only reason I quit is because in my area, so I'm from the DMV, Maryland area, and so I have friends there that would go to the Target drops, like, yo, pull up to Target. So like in the middle of the workday, I'm editing, and then I'll just pull up to the Target, and then we wait in line and stuff like that. So I had easy access to that. Over here, I'm competing with a lot more sweats. So I'm like, you know what? It's healthy to quit, because I would buy packs that I didn't even know what packs were coming out. Like I just knew because it was just a hot commodity. And then I would rip them, and and some I would get nice cards, some I wouldn't. But yeah, over here I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna quit because one, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with a lot of sweats that are also unemployed.
Hey, you're not unemployed, you're self-employed.
Exactly, self-employed. So yeah, I think it was a healthy decision for me to quit, and I still have like a lot of my cards, and yeah, so.
Yeah, I also kind of like gave up. Like I'm still in the hobby a little bit, but I thought I had bangers. I took them to my friend who's like a vendor, and he's just like, "You actually have a lot of fakes." I got sold a bunch of fakes.
What?
I bought them in like this like little like bodega type store in Santee Alley, which is like this like primarily Hispanic Mexican area with a lot of cultural stores.
See Pokemon.
Yeah. So like this old guy, like I'm thinking like, oh, I'm getting one on him because he's selling all of them for like $5, like a bunch of packs. So I'm like, let me get like 6 of them bitches. And I'm like, oh, like, it was this series. It was called like Destiny Fate or something, or no,
Destined Rivals.
no. I'm thinking of Destiny Rivals, but it was something where each card had like 2 Pokemon on it.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get like Charizard with like Reshiram on it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
I know
it
what you're
was
talking about.
something like there was some word about like it being a tag team thing. And I'm like, yo, I pulled like 6 bangers. I got like each of these cards are worth like $80. And then I've been holding them for at this point years. And then a few months ago, I brought them to my friend and I was like, yo, how much do you think this would be? He's like, this is a fake. He's like, and I can rip it for you if you want to show you. Because he showed me like when you rip it, you'll see like that it's fake. If you compare it to a real card.
Where you're like, no, it's still real. It's real.
No. I was so mad. And at that
Dang.
point, I'm like, I'm never buying from anything that's not an official like store, like Target, Best Buy, whatever.
Yeah.
And if I go to a con, then it has to be like graded or something.
Yeah.
Because there's too many scammers out there.
Yeah, I know, 100%. And that's why I'll only like buy it from Target, or the only time I bought third party is like if it's graded.
Yeah. I mean, I love going, like if you ever go to Japan, I always like really like buying Pokemon cards there because they're everywhere. They've been harder to find, but you can find them at like the gas stations.
Also, there's a guaranteed pull rate with Japanese cards.
Yeah.
So, which I appreciate because America's like RNG, and the pull rates are so much harder. But in Japan, they're kind of against that gambling, so they kind of guarantee you a card, which kind of makes the cards a little less valuable.
Yeah.
But at least my friend tells me that if you go to Japan and get those cards, you'll know what's going to succeed in America. So you don't even have to get the packs. You can kind of get those cards if you get like a new set in Japan.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, they're apparently they're just like cheaper, yeah, like you said, but also one because of the pull rate's probably better.
Oh, and the prints are pristine almost
Exactly.
every time.
The prints are just better. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't even know that was like a thing, like a bad print job. But yeah, I just like buying a bunch of cards out there because they're cheaper. It's kind of like a nice souvenir. But the hobby's just fucked. The hobby's fucked.
Yeah, bro. Like I literally have an app that kind of represents like a stock Robinhood. and it shows my cards going up and stuff, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy how my cards are doing better than my stocks.
That's so wild. My brother, he called me the other day. Well, I was on a 3-way call with with 2 of my brothers. I have a third one that I don't want to act like I forgot. But he was like, yeah, man, I feel like if I spoke to a professional, they would just tell me to take out all my savings and just buy Pokemon packs.
Yeah.
Like boxes specifically.
Yep.
He's like, the boxes only go up. So it's like, you might as well just put your whole life savings in boxes. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'd recommend that you do that. Like, that sounds like a horrible idea.
I would recommend that. This is not financial advice, but I've seen how much these Pokemon cards go up, and you can tell by how the longevity of Pokemon by what kids are doing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And kids are opening packs, they're collecting cards. We got another 20 years in this. So
but specifically retail, right? When you're talking about boxes, right?
Honestly, you could buy right now market price.
Mm-hmm.
And even then it'll still
go up
as long as you hold them sealed. But it depends on what you are in the hobby for. Like, a lot of people in the community frown upon, using it as an investment. Unfortunately, that's TCG. It's half investment, half collecting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are in the space. So whatever you want it for, it's going to help the market. And obviously kids just want to get it for the cards, but hey.
There is a part of me, and like, I'm not one to typically throw the LARP term around, but as somebody who actually plays Pokemon and to see the disparity of people who collect Pokemon cards and people who play Pokemon, I'm just like, y'all don't even care about Pokemon, man. Like, y'all are just collecting this shit. I'm like, dude, like, I'm playing Pokemon Champions. I'm playing Legend ZA. I'm playing Black and White right now on an emulator. So like, I like collecting. Like, I get a joy when I pull a card that I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorite Pokemon. But the scalpers, they just care about how much it's worth. I'm just like, y'all don't care about Pokemon, man. Y'all LARPing this shit for the money, but whatever.
As a fan of Pokemon and all this stuff, I think it's cool how they're treated as art pieces now.
Yeah.
Like,
they go off with the art.
The concept of art collecting, I always found that, but I just never really liked, abstract paintings, or I don't know who this artist is. I just liked how it looks or something like that. Now it's attached to an IP. Now I can put like a card on my wall and like have that PSA grade and collect like the 3 and then have it also as like an investment too, So I think it's cool in all ways. I just think the way how cards are selling out, or like packs selling out, if you want to get a pack, especially if you're a kid, I think that's kind of messed up. Like, I wish, and maybe that's just a supply chain issue.
Well, it's by design.
You think so?
If they wanted Pokemon to be more accessible, they would print more.
The past couple years has been like the most printed. Like, I don't know how the numbers work.
Yeah.
But like the amount they printed in like 2025 is like half the thing they printed
Past ever. Okay.
So they are increasing production.
So they're increasing production. I think they just want to comfortably put out a release schedule, and because aftermarket sales don't really help them.
No.
Yeah. And so I think they're trying to print.
You never know, though.
Yeah. I mean,
it would be illegal if there was, but like the same way Live Nation, I feel like they release their tickets and then the scalpers buy the tickets. I feel like Live Nation has their own bots. I wouldn't be surprised if the TCG has their own, like, people on the inside scalping their own cards. I don't know.
Yeah. So over 85 billion Pokemon cards have been distributed since the TCG launched in 1996.
Wow.
10 billion cards in just March 2025 to March 2026.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It just speaks to the popularity. Because, like, I remember as a kid, like, it was never an issue buying, like, Pokemon cards. It was, like, fairly affordable. I remember my mom used to buy me some for, like, $2-3 back at the flea market. It was awesome. Yeah. But that's just not the experience for the kids today.
I'm sorry, kids. You just got in a tough market. We got money now.
Hey,
I'm sorry to say, like,
You ever see that Drake meme after, like, Toronto won? He's like, you see this? Like, this wasn't here before. Like, we built this. Like, for real, like, we really are the generation that made Pokemon, like, what it is. Like, if it wasn't for the craze that it was when we were children, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, and you know how, like, our parents, they kind of grew up and, like, stopped liking the stuff that they liked as kids. we never grew up. We kind of were just like, that's why Marvel movies are on top. That's why anime now is most successful. I think it's because of our generation, you know,
Yeah.
the
Well,
millennials, the later Gen Z.
I think part of it has to do with our parents were allowed to grow up in a way that wasn't scary. I think we're growing up in and this is a little bit deeper than I think we want to get, but
We can go
we're
deeper.
here with late stage capitalism, and I think more and more adults feel less and less capable and ready to make that next step because it's more expensive than ever to buy property. It's like more expensive than ever to have kids. Like people used to be able to just work a job at the post office and they can get a mortgage, they can live fine, but like less and less people are making those next steps because like it's tougher. So we really latch on to that nostalgia of like when times were simpler, because times were simpler back then. Now I think like nostalgia really sells because like none of us want to grow up because growing up isn't as fun as it used. Like it is fun, but it's not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, but it's also now tied with like successes of franchises. So like, yeah, now before, you know, our parents would be like, "Oh, why are you playing video games? You're never gonna make money doing that."
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can make money playing video games,
That's definitely a factor too. Yeah.
and now you can make money selling Pokemon cards.
And then we influence, not us specifically, but the content creators then also feed the machine and create more conversation.
Yeah, more conversation around these IPs. I mean, our whole podcast is
Yeah.
designed around like nerdy stuff
Literally.
that we like grew up upon. But it's
Yeah.
cool that now we can make a living doing that, asking people's opinions
Mhm.
on these nerdy topics. And I don't know, to me, yeah, it's like scary growing up, but like now we don't need to grow up. We
Yeah.
can still be adults and still talk about our favorite shows and
Mhm.
movies and these comics, anime. And I think that's so cool because I remember growing up, there was never a place where we could do that, like,
Mhm.
and be like successful doing that.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, we're chatting. But now it's like, dude, people are making bank off like their, you know, Pokemon podcasts or,
Mhm.
you know, I think it's cool to see that, like, you know, the things that we grew up on, we can have like careers out
Yeah.
of them.
No, it's a whole different era. Like, and you know, Gary Vee has talked a lot about just like the interest economy and like basically making a living off of like the things that you're into. But I would say the majority of people aren't necessarily creating content, but it's just a different thing. I think it's a lot more accepted these days to like be into like nerdy things, especially as an adult. I just think it plays a little bit of a role. Like, maybe some people might not feel ready financially to have a kid, but I can afford a few boxes of TCG cards and it'll make me feel like how I felt when I was a kid.
You might want to recheck your priorities if you're buying Pokemon cards instead of having a kid.
Yeah, hey, man.
But yeah, everyone has their own struggles. And yeah, I'd say like if you are struggling financially, maybe not get into hobbies or buying these hobbies.
That is true.
Yeah.
If you can't pay your rent, don't buy the Pokemon cards. I'm speaking to my cousin Brian. But, you know, outside of Pokemon, we watched a few things recently. One I specifically thought we could bring up was Disclosure Day.
Oh yeah. So you talked about it. I finally watched it. Disclosure Day, you said was like not great, but you said it was good, right?
I thought it was okay. I think my bigger takeaway was how much y'all tried to tell me that I need to like get on all fours and give Steven Spielberg the biggest blowjob of his life every time he decides to pick up a camera.
And
not you guys
yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
I'm talking about the internet.
Yeah.
And I walked away being mad at the people for telling me that I need to glaze Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie I thought was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of went in like I'm not a huge Steven Spielberg glazer, and I thought it was probably not like one of his best films at all. Like it's probably not even his top 5 or top 10 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed the movie.
Mm.
I thought like the way that the movie was paced, the actors were
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, Emily Blunt killed the acting in that. Oh my gosh. The acting was insane. She's like speaking different languages. Her accent changes like in
Mhm.
scene. Ooh. And the other guy, I like him. He was in that tennis movie with Zendaya. He
Yes.
was really good.
He's really good.
Really great actor. I thought
Josh O'Connor.
Josh O'Connor. I thought the girl that his girlfriend, I thought she was pretty bad at acting. I don't know
Okay.
why they picked her.
Yeah.
And I liked the story, how it went. Like, I
Mhm.
kind of like it's an adventure, but like chase story, but things are being revealed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. My only disappointing part about Disclosure Day is the reveal wasn't as satisfying,
Mm-mm.
like what it built up to.
yeah.
I love the journey. The journey was awesome. And then once we got there, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, but like, it wasn't super satisfying.
It didn't give you that feeling of catharsis at the end.
Yeah, you're not like, oh my god, wow, like this is crazy.
Mhm.
You know, like at first I thought it was going a certain way or going in another place. I thought they were both aliens.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool, like, you know, how the story built up to that, but I think the final, you know, nail, it just didn't hit as much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought the movie was well made. The directing, the music was really good. It was by John Williams, which I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of had that classic sound, you know, like theme song.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Steven Spielberg, I don't think it's like his top 10 movies there, but I think it's still a really good movie. I think people should check it out. If you want a movie that has like a good grand reveal that I think is way better, I'd say Arrival. If you ever seen Arrival, like that is a top tier space science movie with aliens.
That's Spielberg?
That is not Spielberg.
Oh, okay.
I think it's let me see who it's from. Yeah, I think it's the Dune guy, Denis Villeneuve.
Okay, so it must have been good. That's probably what helped him get Dune.
Yeah, I saw that movie years later after it came out, and I was like, wow, this movie is amazing. So when it comes to like what's going on, you know, I think definitely watch that instead.
Okay. I think we kind of land like similarly. I think maybe you like it a little bit better than me. I would say it was okay to almost good, but I wouldn't say it was bad. But yeah, I hated Emily Blunt's boyfriend. I was so happy when she got rid of him.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, this dude is so freaking annoying, man. Like, Coleman Domingo also, he's like in his era of like, he's always working.
Oh yeah.
He's always working.
He's being casted. He's great. He has a great voice. Emily Blunt's boyfriend is also the U.S. agent from the new Thunderbolts movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was also in. He's Wyatt Russell's son.
He's Wyatt, Bill Russell.
Oh yeah. Bill Russell. Yeah, he's the son, and then yeah, like he kills every role. He plays that like, you know, asshole type of dude. So I think like his purpose was amazing.
Yeah.
in there.
For sure. If I hate a character and it's not because you're a bad actor, then it means you're probably doing your job.
Yeah.
I think he was meant to be hated. One thing I wanted to ask, so after seeing Disclosure Day, do you feel like any of it was based in any reality? Do you feel like the government has had contact with aliens and they're keeping it from us?
Ooh, I think they've had contact with aliens, and that's why I really like the movie, because it talks about why the government's kind of holding that information from us. Because it would cause everyone into madness, but then it also shows the duality of like, you know, religious people, like will it affect their faith if we do get in contact with aliens? And it explores that, and then the nun is like, no, it shouldn't affect your because like I'm huge into faith and like believing in God and stuff, so I also like aliens too, the concept of aliens, and I do believe that they
don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Exactly. And I think that movie was kind of saying like, oh, this could mess people's faith, or this could make people crazy. But I think if we really found that information, it's up to the people.
Yeah.
And I think it was just balancing like what that is. Sorry, what was your question?
Do you feel like the government's hiding aliens?
Yeah. So I think they are. And I think they're hiding a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had, you know, Snowden, who like revealed government secrets and documents. So I think, we maybe have encountered extraterrestrial life. Yeah. And maybe it's just too much for the human race to get it revealed. But even if they revealed it, I feel like people would just be making memes. They'll be like, no,
oh, hell yeah. The memes would go crazy.
Smasher pass on alien.
Yeah. I mean, the government has announced like UFO sightings and like things like that. And like people didn't really seem to care. I think that was like a recent thing in the past few years that they started to announce some of that. But I'm glad that you brought up the nun and kind of her reaction, because I thought that was a really profound moment in the film. Because, like, yeah, faith is, like, exactly what it is. It's faith. It's, like, it doesn't have to – not necessarily saying it's not real or nothing, but it's, like, faith, true, like, in its purest form isn't based on logic. It's based in belief. So it's just, like, yeah, you can announce aliens, but that's not going to waver, like, my how I view my own faith. And I thought that was a really cool moment of just, like, kind of, like, seeing – the main character, because was it Emily Blunt's character who was afraid of the reaction?
No, it was the Jane, because she was a ex-nun, the girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. So when she said that, it kind of showed like her lack of faith in humanity, and the nun like kind of gave you that calm, like everything's gonna be fine. Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean?
And because she was like, there was a Bible verse. I think it was like, oh, humans are the only creation or best creation or whatever. And so then the nun corrected her and was like, on Earth. So even if there are aliens, like God still has, like the best creations elsewhere and stuff. And so, I mean, I'm Muslim, but like that was still cool seeing it from another like, faith that, hey, we still believe in extraterrestrial life and the concept of God still exists. So
yeah, I thought that was really cool. That was definitely one of the highs for me. I definitely think that the government is hiding aliens from us.
yeah.
There was Charlemagne was talking about this on a podcast, but there was that clip, I think, of Nixon in the movie. Apparently that was based on a real thing. It was based on a real thing, and I forget the names of the actors, but basically this one guy who was an actor who was openly really into aliens, Nixon like called him up one day, pulled up on him, no security at his house, and like allegedly took him to go see a bunch of alien stuff that was like classified. And like years later, his wife, the guy's wife, like basically was like, yeah, like one day like Nixon showed him all the aliens. And it's like a real thing apparently. If you believe her.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. I think Spielberg probably took from like real life events and things like that.
He should have brought up, you remember that Naruto running into Area 51?
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Imagine that, just showing Disclosure Day, everyone's Naruto running to Area 51.
Yeah. Dude, one of the underrated jokes I thought from Scary Movie. Did you ever end up seeing Scary Movie?
No, I still need to watch that.
There's this one joke they make about weapons.
Oh, okay.
They were like, oh yeah, like that moment in Weapons where all the kids started like Naruto running. I'm like, dude, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who thought that. Because I'm just like, dude, they're all Naruto running. Like this is clearly a Naruto reference. But yeah, what would you give Disclosure out of 10?
I would say a 7.5.
Okay, yeah, I think we land in the same. I think I'm 7.
Okay.
I think I'm 7. So which I think you're like kind of good, and I'm just like okay, almost kind of good. So I feel like we're kind of.
I think Disclosure Day. I think it's worth watching if you're into sci-fi. I think I think it takes a lot of elements of great sci-fi movies, but if you want to watch better sci-fi movies, like definitely watch like Arrival. There's a lot better out there. Project Hail Mary is not the same realm, but in terms of what's better and all these things. But yeah, it just gave me that feeling of like, I don't know, 2000s movies, you got an adventure and you got to go somewhere. I just love that feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Next, do you want to talk about the One Piece trailer?
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of hype around it, so.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype around it. Should we just go ahead and play it? What do you think?
Yeah, let's. John's gonna show me the trailer, and then maybe in the clip we'll edit in the.
Yeah, I could just add it in later. All right. Yeah, it's only 1 minute long, so I'll just go ahead and play it for us over here. This is usually kind of what I do when I'm trying to film a reaction. So I'm just going to do it right here. So 3, 2, 1. Here goes the One Piece trailer reaction starting now.
Wealth, fame, power. The man who attained everything the world had to offer. Gold Roger.
Someone's getting executed.
The pirates.
The GOAT, Gold D. Roger.
He drove countless souls into the vast sea.
I love this watercolor design that they're going for.
This
Dude.
animation looks a lot better.
Well, water, man, I'm telling you, man. I always look at the water, man. It looks great, man. You could drink that water.
It doesn't look like it's from the 90s at all.
No. Oh, my God. The way he's running in that scene.
So you remember all of this that's going on?
Yeah, I actually just read through this stuff recently because I'm restarting One Piece.
The great pirate era.
So good.
Okay, so what
good.
exactly is this? Like,
So it's so Wit Studios is remaking One Piece.
Okay.
One
what else
Piece,
have they made?
What's up?
What else has?
Wit Studios. I believe. Let me see. I think they did Attack on Titan.
Oh.
So it's the original people who did Attack on Titan.
So they're reanimating the entire.
They're reanimating the entire show. So Attack on Titan, Spy Family, Vinland Saga. I mean, Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
I feel like you could have
incredibly
just stopped
animated.
there.
Okay, so they're reanimating the entire show. It comes out February 2027.
Yep.
And is it possible? Are they gonna like condense it?
Yeah, they're gonna condense it extremely. They're gonna basically remake it so that it's on par with modern pacing with most anime shows. Some people are actually not happy about that, and they're like, if that's what you watch, then you're not a real One Piece fan. Which I'm just like,
on,
that's such bullshit.
Come on, bro. Make it easy for me.
No, I'm here for it. I think I would like to rewatch One Piece, but I have a job,
Yeah.
and it took me like 2-3 years to watch One Piece the first time,
Yeah.
and because I saw it as an adult, I would not want to go through that again. That's actually why I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I'm getting through it. I'm already at the part, like, I'm already almost done with where Usopp joined the crew, and you could finish that in like a few days, as opposed to like the anime. It's like that's about 40 episodes in or something.
Wow.
Maybe less. But yeah, they're reanimating it, they're shortening it, and I'm surprised that they gave us a release date.
Yeah. So, do you think this show, this condensed version of One Piece, will go fast enough for it to catch up before they reveal the One Piece
No.
show?
I think they're gonna stretch. Like, I think it will be fast pacing,
Yeah.
but I think they're gonna take their time with releasing it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's gonna catch up. I
Because
don't
the
think
One Piece is about to be revealed real soon.
it within the next 5 to 6 years, probably.
5 to 6 years. Because I was thinking, like, if I wanted to pick this up,
Yeah.
like, can I just watch this and then eventually catch up?
Eventually,
y'all.
but you're gonna experience it probably years after.
Damn. Okay.
I think it would be messed up for them to do Toei like that. Toei Animation is the studio that currently does the normal One Piece show, and if they gave Mappa that after like the years that Toei has put in, I think that would be a little bit messed up.
Okay, so there's 4 ways to watch One Piece, right? You can watch the original show from beginning to what it is currently now.
Yep.
You can
There's One
watch
Piece.
One Pace, which is basically telling episodes to avoid, right?
Yeah, they cut down. They essentially One Piece cuts out everything that's not in the manga.
Yeah, that's not in the manga. You can watch the live action,
Yep.
which probably won't catch up
No.
anytime soon, but you can watch the live action. And then you can watch this that is coming out February 2027.
Yeah.
And then you can also read the manga.
And you can read the manga. So there's a bunch of ways to get in.
There's 5 ways. Let me ask you, what is the ranking for you to recommend someone to watch One Piece to either catch up or experience it in a healthy manner?
I think the best way to experience One Piece is probably through the manga. I think the manga is like
Okay.
perfect. At least I'm reading weekly the current chapters, and I'm starting it from the beginning, and I have been really enjoying it so far. Even those early arcs are really enjoyable for me, like in manga form. If you don't care about the community hitting you with the LARP like shit, I would say One Piece is the next best thing, because it just respects your time a little bit more.
So how many episodes would that be in total for One Piece?
Let me see. So it's hard to say, but I've looked it up before.
Because I heard that like One Piece doesn't even have filler. It's just really slow.
They don't have filler, they have padding.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
There are no like full filler episodes. It's more just like if Luffy's walking down a pathway, they're going to show it from 5 different angles.
Okay, gotcha.
So they'll add padding, they'll stretch out certain fights, they'll hit you with like certain gags, but there's never like a filler episode. Like, with Naruto, we'll have like filler arcs.
Yeah.
Where all of it is filler. One Piece doesn't really do that for the most part. But One Piece does cut out a good amount of it. So let me just look that up really quick. One Piece.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, like, if it has no filler, I guess it'll cut out parts, but you're missing episodes, aren't you, in One Piece? Because I know Naruto has that as well, where you can, like, it'll tell you which arcs to skip, which episodes to skip, and you'll still get the full entire story. So,
Yeah. So One Piece cuts out approximately 45% of the total runtime.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's probably, what, 600 episodes?
About, yeah.
Okay.
It's about 600 episodes.
That's still crazy, but doable.
Yeah,
Way
so
more-
I mean, One Piece has become extremely popular. So I think they had to do the Wit Studios thing.
Okay.
Because, like, one, it's not even that great. Like, I've kind of gone back and forth between One Piece and One Piece. And, like, there are certain parts in One Piece where you could tell, like, where they cut. And it kind of is a bit of an awkward transition. So this will just have a way better polish and finish to it.
But you still recommend One Piece?
I personally recommend One Piece. Okay. I don't think it's, like, bad. I don't think you miss anything. Like I said, I've gone back and forth between the anime and One Piece, and I've never felt like there was a conversation that I felt like I missed out on. Like you get there's whatever, like at the end of the day, like most people will talk about like if you're a real One Piece fan or not. Like the source material is the manga.
Mm-hmm.
If you only watch the anime, then like it's it's an adaptation. So like One Piece is closer to the manga. So it's just like anything that's not in One Piece doesn't matter.
Oh,
You know, because if it's not in the manga, it's either padding or filler.
gotcha.
Mostly padding.
All right, third.
Third, the regular anime,
Okay.
just for accessibility. And it's still like it's classic for what it is. And I guess Wit Studios would be number 4, even though it hasn't come out yet. But I'm really excited for it
Mhm.
because I do want to rewatch the series. So this will be a nice way to rewatch it. And then the live, don't watch you can't, like, if you watch the live action, I can't call you a One Piece fan. I'm sorry.
Really?
No.
I heard it's like really good.
It's really good, but they changed so much,
Really?
especially in the second season.
Okay. So you wouldn't recommend it like
Not to supplement. It's a nice addition though.
it's a nice addition. So like I can't watch it and be like, okay, like I get the gist of One Piece.
You can get the gist of it, but you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna like Anaki. He has a great interpretation of Luffy, but it's not Luffy.
Really? Okay.
It's his interpretation of it. You got to get Luffy for who he is, and Luffy has a calm to him and an understanding of human nature that I don't think comes across in the live action.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Which Nami is hotter? The live action or the anime?
Now we're getting to the real
The real
nitty-gritty.
question.
I mean, if we're talking post and time skip Nami, her assets are something to mention. But I do love Emily Rudd as an actor. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
You
man.
think she does a good job?
I think
Or she just looks
I like her as an
attractive?
actor, but I also just think she's beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I think she's a beautiful woman, man. Shout out to the girl who plays Nami at Universal, though.
That's why you go to Universal. Yeah, I have the pass.
She's also fire.
I don't ride any of the rides.
Dude, they did a One Piece water show, and like, oh my god, she's athletic, man. She's got it all there.
You're like, I don't know what the story is, but oh
Yeah,
my god,
that's
wow.
the hottest. That's the hottest Nami that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Emily Rudd is fire. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually tried to get an interview with her. Like I DM'd her.
Yeah.
Like when they first dropped the first season, she didn't respond.
Okay. I mean, I know like the cast is very open to like collaborating with content creators.
Yeah.
Or
if you're
maybe-
Straw Hat Goofy.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get you there, bro. We'll get you
One
there.
day, one day.
One day. Yeah, I think we've been going for a little bit. We still have a Patreon episode to record.
Yeah, I guess this would be a good place to cut
Right?
this. I think so.
Yeah, because
think we did the
we
damn
talked like half TCG, half One Piece.
I like the conversations we had in
Yeah,
this one.
great
though.
conversations. We went a little deep.
Mhm.
I think we have some stuff for Patreon. I think.
Yeah. Well, if you guys like this episode, rock with us on the Patreon. We'll put that in the link below. It's only $5 to join. We would really appreciate it. It would help support the show. Thank you guys so much for watching this one, though, and we'll catch you on the next.
Peace.